Hello everyone, so today we are going to talk about a new LeetCode problem, broken calculator 91991, related to math topic. The rank of the problem is medium and the statement is as follow. There is a broken calculator that has the integer starting value on its display initially. In one operation, you can multiply the number on display by 2 or subtract 1 from the number on display. We have a given two integers, start value and target. We are going to return the minimum number of operations needed to display target on the calculator. Okay, so we have example 1. We have a starting value by 2, so we can multiply the 2 by 2 and subtract minus 1 in order to get 3. So 2 by 2, it will be 4. Then subtract 1, it will be 3. So these are multiplying by 2 and subtracting. These are two operations. So the minimum number of operations will be 2. Same for example 2. Starting value is 5 and target is 8. So minus 1, it will be 4. Then times 2, it will be 8. So these are also two operations. Now when it comes to example 3, we are going to see that the target value is 10 and the starting value is 3. So 3 by 2, sorry, is 6. Then minus 1, it will be 5. And these are two operations. Then multiply the 5 by 2, it will be 10. So these are three operations. The range of these two given integer, is from 1 to 10 power 9. Okay, so let me explain first. It comes to my attention that, let's say if I have the starting value s and the target value is t, so s can be either multiplied by 2 or subtract it by minus 1. So if I have these two examples now for s and t, let's say I have s is 9 and t is, let's say, 1, and I have s is 9 and t is 9. So for the first one here, we know that in order to get 9, if we are going to choose between these two each time, we are going to see that in order to get the target value 1 from 9, we are going to just subtract 1 each time in order to get 1. So the number of operation will be 9 minus 1, it will be 8. So we are going to subtract the 1 8 times in order to reach the 1 target. But in example 2, we don't have to do anything. So just we can say that the number of operation needed to get 9 from 9 is 0. So usually it is 9 minus 9, which is 0. So it came to my attention that whenever I have, let's say, s greater or equal to t, so the number of operation will be like s minus t. So this is the minimum number of operation. So what I care now is to reach this case. Okay, so I'm going to explain another thing also. Let's see if instead of multiplying this by 1, I can divide this by 1. Or instead of subtracting 1, I can add 1 to this one. Okay? So, but when I'm going to do this operation, let's say, if t is even, I'm going to divide it by 2. If t is odd, I'm going to add 1 to t. Okay? And this operation will be 1. If this occurs, it will be operation 1. If this occurs, it will be also 1 operation. Okay? So now we are going to start the coding process. So first of all, as I said, we are going to let's say you are going to declare an integer which is OPS related to number of minimum of operation required, sorry. So now we are going to do a while loop until we reach what? This case, s greater or equal to t. So we are going to loop using the while whenever we get s less than t. Okay, so we are going to check, I said, if t is even. So if t is divided by 2, then we are going to divide t by 2. Else, we are going to just add t plus plus. Then we are going to increment the operation, because if this occurs or this occurs, this will be one operation. Okay, now when we finish this loop, when we quit this loop, or when this condition is not true, so we are leaving this loop, so this loop will not be alive again. So now we are going to get s greater or equal to t outside this loop. So when s greater or equal to t, okay, as I said before, we are going to return just s minus t. Okay, just s minus t, as I said here. If s is greater or equal to t, we are going to just what? Return s minus t. But even we are going to add the number of operation if we have. So we are going to add the number of operation that might be happen inside this loop. Why I said might be happen? Because if initially if s is greater than t, so no operation will occur in this while loop, because this condition it's not true, is not true, so we are not going to enter the loop in the first case. Okay, so just before we forget, we are going to change the starting value to s and the target value to t, and we are going just to run our program in order to check if we have any unaccepted case or any reason to fail these test cases. So now we are going to submit, and we are going to check if we meet the requirement for all the test cases. So we beat 100% of users of the Java when it comes to runtime, and this is very good. Okay, thank you, folks. And if you have any suggestion or any question, please don't hesitate to leave me any comment or any feedback. Thank you. Bye bye.